My name is Bob DeMaa, and I'm an audio mixing engineer and sound designer here at DTS. I got into sound as it goes all the way back to when I was a kid in grade school. I fell in love with the organ because you could create all these sort of imaginary sounds out of it, right? If you played a certain way with a certain sound, it sounded like car horns, and it had a drum machine in it, and you could play songs on it. So I was fascinated by that, and I learned how to play keyboard growing up by playing the organ. And I did that for many years until synthesizers came out. And once the synthesizer met the computer, that was it for me. So a lot of the work that I do currently involves taking either creating tracks or taking tracks that are provided me and creating an immersive mix out of it. A lot of times I feel like what I'm doing is I'm enhancing or accentuating what might have already been there, but wasn't really possible to be explored because of the limitations of a two-channel playback system. Exceptional Immersion was created for our exhibitors so that they would have something to represent the immersive audio system that they had installed in their room. It was meant to show off their immersive audio system. Some of my favorite scenes to work on in the trailer were for sure the rainstorm, thunderstorm. That's some of my favorite work to do in immersive because you have the heights that you can play with and you have the stuff that's behind you. So in that particular scene, I think we start with a thunderstorm, a thunder clap that rolls from behind you and moves to the front, and rain slowly follows that thunderclap as it moves forward. In reality, you would never have quite such a succinct experience of weather, but in immersive audio, for a clip that's only a few seconds long, you have to get to the point pretty quickly. Sound design is not a literal process. Sound design doesn't involve looking at a screen and seeing a thing and then going to a library and pulling up the sound of that thing and putting it there. That, you can do that, and there are probably people who do that, but what makes a scene interesting is how it interacts with the viewer's expectations, and the audio is a way to shape or direct those expectations. The point, though, of each one of these scenes is to inform the viewer very quickly as to what the emotional space is that they're in. By building atmospheres, I find that the ambience work in a scene, to me, is always the most fun, and it's the most important because it really decides the space that we've put ourselves in. It's all the stuff that's not on the screen that, to me, is what's informing the emotion of it, and that's the most interesting.